Hello and welcome. And I'm going to make a party in a box. Or should I say a party in a briefcase? Now, this video will be in several parts, and I'm just going to go through first of all the main bits that you'll need if you're going to do this. And the first part is a switch mode power supply. Now, this is a 12 volt switch mode power supply. It's a 10 amp rating, which should be plenty for this particular project. And as you can see, it's quite small. And there's one thing to be aware of when you wire these, and that is that you have two inputs here. You have, outputs. You have plus volts twice, you have negative volts twice. Now you need to connect the negative volt to the negative volt, because one of these, and I'm not sure which one, is a sense wire, which actually feeds back. And the idea behind that is if you've got a big length of cable going to whatever it is that you're powering, then you can run this sense wire right to the end of the cable and it compensates for any voltage drop. Now for this particular project, this is not essential, so what you need to do is link plus volts to plus volts. You can see there I've got a little red wire linking them, and negative volts to negative volts. So you can see there I've got a little black wire linking them. And of course you need live, neutral, and if, unlike me, you're concerned about safety, you also want earth. In this particular case, being a qualified engineer, I just happen to know that this is never going to get exposed, and this is the only piece of chassis that might conceivably become live, and therefore effectively what I'm building is a double insulated device, and therefore I don't need the earth, so I'm not worrying about the earth. The next thing is a car stereo head unit, and this particular one came from Amazon. You can also get them, I believe, on eBay. It's a 60 watt output by 4. So if you really want to blast the neighbours, put 4 speakers on it. I'm going to go for 2. You could also wire in a subwoofer if you're building it in a box or in a briefcase, but I won't have the room for that. Now the nice thing about these is they take USB, they take SD cards, and also you can play your phone music via Bluetooth. So this is brilliant. It also comes with a remote control, which may or may not be handy, I don't know. Not having built it, I don't know if I'll need it, but it's there if I do need it. There's no CD, and I don't think that that's a drawback, because nowadays you can carry around about 3 days worth of music on a thumbstick or an SD card, and this little beastie will play them all. So that's a good buy, and that is around about £24 on eBay or Amazon. The next thing you're going to need is some speakers, and these are waterproof speakers. Not particularly because that's what I wanted, but they're a decent dynamic range and a reasonable price. So these are 4-inch dual 60 watt marine speakers. You notice this is 60 watt per channel, so that ties in quite nicely. They're 4 ohm, which is what is required also by the head unit. And so these are brilliant little things. I was quite surprised when I connected them up, because I expected the sound quality to be maybe not so good, but actually they're pretty damn good. So then you need a cooling fan of some sort, because if you're talking about parties are warm. This power supply especially is going to get rather hot. So there we are. Now it wouldn't be a party without lighting. And if you look at one of my other videos, you'll see I have a review of this laser stage lighting box, tiny little thing. It's about £15, likewise from eBay or Amazon, and it is absolutely brilliant. I can't recommend these highly enough. Now I am also going to put 3 10 watt LEDs, LED modules, a blue, a red and a green into this. They haven't arrived yet, so I haven't got them here. However, this is all the main components that you will need. So the first thing I did is just to power up what's in here and make sure it works. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this comes with a wiring diagram. Because there isn't space on there really to stick this very easily without moving things, I've actually glued it on here. It's a very good idea not to lose that wiring diagram. Although it is a standard pinout, I believe, for car radios, insisted on by the Germans. Hooray for the Germans. So here is the connector, and as you can see, I've crimped on the power leads. Now when you're doing this with a car radio, you need to make sure that these power leads, there's two of them. There's one that goes, it's called battery stroke memory backup, that's the big thick yellow one, and there's one that's called ignition, which is the red one. And you need to connect those together, otherwise your radio just won't turn on, as I found out. So they're crimped together into the positive lead, which goes to the power supply. There's the ground lead, which also goes to the power supply. Then you have the speaker cables left and right, and they're crimped on as well. So another thing you're going to need, if you don't have one already, is a toolkit, a crimp toolkit like this one. This one I bought ages ago, so I can't tell you what the up-to-date price is for this. Although I believe I've paid less than £10 for this at a local shop, complete with loads and loads of crimps. So let's go and see how this BC works. First of all, you need to plug this into the back. And there's only one way you can plug it round. It's quite well designed that way. There are auxiliary speaker outputs here which you could use if you wanted to. There's also an aerial connector. Now I plan eventually to wrap a length of wire and use it as an aerial around the inside of the container that I'm putting this in. And there we go. The next thing is to connect up the speakers. I've got one of them already connected. I happen to know it's the left hand one, and these just push on to these. So this is the right hand speaker, and the left hand one I've already got on there. So we'll place the right hand speaker on the right, the left hand on the left. Not that you get this in stereo. And I'm going to go away and I'm going to plug in my power supply, which I'll need to move back a bit, otherwise the plug won't reach. Excuse me 1 minute. And as you can see, the radio has actually come alive. It says 0000, because obviously with no battery in the unit, the clock is always going to be reset to 0. Not a big problem for me. If you wanted it, you could put a backup battery in. Who knows? So let's find a USB stick. So here we go. We'll plug in our USB stick. Immediately, being a very friendly little beast, it starts playing. And obviously you can shift through the tracks. You can get a lot of volume. As for these two 60-watt speakers, you can probably get more volume than you actually need. So that's that. How about USB connectivity? Because that was one of the major reasons that I bought this unit. In order to get that, what you've got to do is you've actually got to switch it off. You've actually got to have it in radio mode. then find your phone. And here's my phone. So we'll just turn on the Bluetooth, which I keep switched off for obvious security reasons. And you'll see that what you've got in there is you will have an entry called car BT, which is what you pair with. So you pair with that, and then once you've done that, you can play music, whichever music you like from your mobile phone. However, you do have to select on here by using the mode button. You have to select excellent. The problem, it seems, was that on my phone, nothing to do with this thing, it was basically that my phone for some reason had lost its pairing with this radio. So now you can see the BT indicator on there is actually steady and not flashing. So with any luck, we should be able to select it from the mode menu. You can see BT, phone, no problem. And so if I go to my phone and start playing music, lo and behold, it comes out of the radio. And just to prove to you I'm not fiddling it, let's go to the next track. So as you can see, it's a nice little head unit, everything works, and all I've got to sort out is now Santa light using an Arduino and put this into my briefcase. Just shut that up. So as I said, originally I was going to use a box. However, this nice little leather executive briefcase is one that suffered with me through many boring meetings when I used to be in the aerospace industry, and I thought it would be really great to turn this into a party in a briefcase. And the way that I'm going to do this is, obviously I'm going to mount all the parts inside and have it so that when it opens, the head unit comes up at an angle like that, and the speakers come up at an angle like that, whoops, each side, and obviously the laser unit will shine up towards the ceiling like so, and in the top of the briefcase here there's going to be the LED 10 watt LED spotlights, and also there's going to be some blue strip lighting that runs around the whole thing. So this is the first stage of the project. I've got all the major components together. I know that they're going to work. I've checked that they're going to work, and the next time round I'll be taking you through what I did with the Santa light. Now this does have a Santa light capability, this laser stage light. However, I don't like it, and the reason I don't like it is not because it doesn't work. It does, it works quite well. But if the music is quiet, or if there is no actual beat to the music, then this stays completely off, and I don't like that. So I'm building an Arduino unit which will control not just this but also the other Santa light devices in here, and basically it will make sure that at any time there is something going on, as opposed to the whole thing just being a quiet thing that plays quiet music. A lot of music has quiet passages in it, and I would prefer to have something